Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, scholars and dignitaries, welcome to another episode. Welcome to my world. Hello, friends. As everyone knows, the events of September 11th, 2001 were among the worst events in all of American history. America was attacked by terrorists in a particularly cruel and horrific manner. And the economic cost aside, 3,000 people died that day. That's more Americans than at the Alamo or Pearl Harbor, and it made this one of the greatest assaults on American soil by a foreign entity. Now, Pope Benedict XVI was a traditional pope of the Roman Catholic Church who valued both the traditions and doctrines of the church as passed down from the fathers and doctors of the church. He has been called one of the best theologians ever of the church and has a legacy as a true defender of the faith. In 2008, Pope Benedict XVI arrived in America for an apostolic visit to the United States and then to the United Nations with the goal of restating church teachings for the modern world. He held Mass in both Washington, D.C. and in New York City. He was greeted by the president upon his arrival, and the Pope addressed the crowd in English, saying that he had, quote, great respect for this vast pluralistic society, and ended by saying, God bless America. There was an overwhelmingly enthusiastic reaction to his visit, and he was especially popular with Catholic youth. And when he was here, he did reflect on the events of September 11th. The Pope visited Ground Zero, the site of the World Trade Center towers, which were destroyed in the September 11th attacks, and among his many messages and prayers, he prayed for the victims of the attacks and met with a small group of relatives of the victims, as well as a handful of first responders and survivors. He blessed the site, lit a candle, and gave a prayer for the dead, and prayed for, quote, eternal light and peace for those killed and for the healing of their families. Here is the prayer he said at the memorial ceremony. O God of love, compassion, and healing, look on us, people of many different faiths and traditions, who gather today at this site, the scene of incredible violence and pain. We ask you in your goodness to give eternal light and peace to all who died here, the heroic first responders, our firefighters, police officers, emergency service workers, and Port Authority personnel, along with all the innocent men and women who were victims of this tragedy simply because their work or service brought them here on September 11th, 2001. We ask you, in your compassion, to bring healing to those who, because of their presence here that day, suffer from injuries and illness. Heal, too, the pains of still grieving families and all who lost loved ones in this tragedy. Give them strength to continue their lives with courage and hope. We are mindful as well of those who suffered death, injury, and loss on the same day at the Pentagon and in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Our hearts are one with theirs as our prayers embrace their pain and suffering. God of peace, bring your peace to our violent world, peace in the hearts of all men and women, and peace among the nations of the earth. Turn to your way of love those whose hearts and minds are consumed with hatred. God of understanding, overwhelmed by the magnitude of this tragedy, we seek your light and guidance as we confront such terrible events. Grant that those whose lives were spared may live so that the lives lost here may not have been lost in vain. Comfort and console us, strengthen us in hope, and give us the wisdom and courage to work tirelessly for a world where true peace and love reign among nations and in the hearts of all. The Pope is the vicar of Christ on earth. His is to bring peace and hope to a troubled world. Of all popes, Pope Benedict XVI was one of the best for this age, and it is certain that his prayers were heard in the heavens as it was throughout all America that day. Hey, be safe, be well, and may God bless us all.